jumper, still the truth. Daht, he the sixth man coming through. Desmond been the voice and that's the root. We Bleav in Hills Hoops.
Welcome into a brand new edition of Bleav in Hills Hoops here on the Bleav Podcast Networks, powered by Tobacco Road Sports Radio. Tobacco Road Sports Radio is Desmond Johnson in the house, along with six man of Tar Heel Hoops, Daht, and former Hills Hooper PJ Hairston. I know you guys have been waiting on this one. So it's open mailbag. This is off the cuff. Normally we come in here kind of prepared for what spots we want to hit, but this one's just wide open today. Of course, if you don't live under a rock, you know that Hubert Davis is now the former head coach for the University of North Carolina Tar Heels men's basketball program. He was released via statement last night, around 8, 9 o'clock in the evening, I Bleav, Tuesday. We kind of knew when we did the episode yesterday that by the time we came back, this was probably going to be a done deal. I want to let PJ lead off because PJ played for Hubert, and we know the love he has for Hubert Davis. I'm going to let him lead off in terms of where were you when you first heard it, and thoughts on how Carolina handled this and just the whole situation as a whole in Hubert's coaching career.
I was just sitting up watching TV. I was watching the whatever game that was on NBC. I was watching that, but is it shocking? No. Is it surprising? Yes. But it's just like, in a sense, it's just you just look back at all the good moments. Like now you look back at all the good moments and you see like what he did do, and but it's just those lows that we talked about, and the lows, they outweigh those high moments. And and unfortunately this happened, and but at the end of the day we talked about what would happen if he did get fired. He's still getting paid. They're going to have to pay the next coach. They're going to have to come up with some NIL money, all while rebuilding a new facility. So, like I've said before, get ready for the rebuild, because that's what it's going to be for the next year or two, no matter who we get. Because Brad Stevens has already took his name out of the list, saying he's not coming.
Early. So, we told you all that yesterday. Like, Brad Stevens ain't coming. like Brad Stevens.
And on top of that, the fans, like, you rooted for this man to get fired for so long. And now when he's fired, it's, oh, thank you, Hubert, for your time. And then, hell no. If I was Hubert, I'd take that shit with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you why we mad, son. I'm going to tell you why we mad, son.
Like, because y'all rooted for this man for 2-3 years for him to get fired. Y'all didn't even want this man in Chapel Hill. Knowingly, the man got handed the job. He got handed the job by a Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's thank you for your time here. Man, nobody wants to hear that. These same fans push Caleb Love out. These same fans push players we loved out of our system. Because they want to be so right on Twitter. They want to be so right on this and that. And, as one of those that felt like I was pushed out too, I get it. I'd be pissed. And then we have bigger fish to fry. We shouldn't be worried about Elijah Davis marking out North Carolina off his jersey. If you fired my dad, I would mark y'all off too.
Preach.
That's like going back to your ex-girlfriend. That's like dating your ex-girlfriend and then posting a picture of you, your friend, and a girl and leaving the girl up there. If me and my friend look good in the picture, I'm going to mark the ex-girl out too.
But wait, what did Elijah do? He marked off what?
He took all the North Carolina stuff off his jersey. And it was a picture of him and Hubert, and he took off all the Carolina stuff, but you can still see the jersey. Yeah. But what are you mad for? You just fired his dad. You think I'm gonna have love for you? You think I'm gonna have love for you 2 hours later? No. That's what happens when you fire people. They have feelings. We're human. Like, Elijah's been around North Carolina basketball just as long as Hubert coaching. Elijah was a little kid as the ball boy when I was there. Elijah's always been there.
He's grown up in Carolina. Like, he don't know nothing else.
So I feel some type of way too. So for fans to talk junk about Elijah Davis, that's where we're taking this, to Elijah Davis. Because you sit and talk about him and say he's a nobody, didn't get playing time. Okay, he was a walk-on. Who said he was coming to play? So for fans to do that and try to criticize him, that's what pissed me off the most. Because he didn't do nothing.
Right.
He made it clear that he's by his dad's side no matter what. It's not him, it's God's choice.
He better be.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
but that's the whole point. He's just letting everybody know it don't matter what people say about his dad, where he goes next in life or his next endeavors, he's gonna always be there. And that's how it always needs to be. And him marking off that jersey, it's not a big deal. Because when I left Carolina and went to the G League, I told them to announce me as Dudley High School. I didn't want North Carolina part of my name either because I was pissed. But I got over it. It was all my stuff when I got to the NBA. I'm pretty sure Elijah and Hubert to get over it. But just not now. You can't be mad at them for being upset or feeling away.
No, I think you're 100%. I just want to say I agree with you on the idea of that we're all human. Like, everybody's human in this situation. It's funny you mentioned all of the fanfare that Hubert is getting, and thank you for the good times, because it's like, damn, like one of my partners, Damo, he hit me earlier. He's like, how them folk gonna kill that man and then cry at his funeral? And I was like, damn, but that's a great point. Like all these, like for years, for the past 5 years, we've been hearing fire Hubert, fire Hubert, fire Hubert. And now this fake or this faux fanfare that I've been seeing is misleading. But I think in that same space, I want to give grace to everybody. Like, I want to give grace to the fans that were emotional and made comments during a time when they were emotional about losses, because y'all know how we do in those situations. And those fans that are now coming out and showing their love and appreciation for HD, that was the difficult thing about this. Everybody loved HD. Like, from commentators to people he worked with at ESPN to players to former players, everybody had a respect level for HD. So firing HD, nobody necessarily wanted to do that. Like, I can imagine that being a very difficult decision for Carolina. However, I think the way Carolina handled this was so disrespectful to HD. The way they just let him waver in the wind for 3 days while this social media onslaught just ripped him and his family apart. Of course, Elijah Davis would still put a picture up with him with no Carolina on the front of it. Who wouldn't do that? You treat my family like this. And when you ask, where was I? Like, you broke the news to me, Des. Like, I was sitting there on the couch. I had just got back from the crib celebrating my daughter's 14th birthday. We was out at PetSmart buying all types of gifts and stuff for her, my big Aries, you dig? And I come home and I'm happy, and I'm doing Radio Power 98 in the morning, so I'm getting ready for that. And I checked the Heels Hoops text, and you say it happened. And when you said those two words, Des, it's like I heard horror music. I literally heard horror music. Like, it was just like a piece, like I felt like a piece of me was fired again. You dig what I'm saying? Because, like, a lot of my viewpoint, I try to be unbiased in this space because, you know, like, that's what the platform requires. When you come on a journalistic space and you're speaking from that space, you try to be as unbiased as possible. However, I have a deep affinity and a deep love for Hubert Davis and his family. Hubert Davis gave me the opportunity of a lifetime. Like, no fan would ever think they would have the opportunity to control 23,000 people, 16 games a season. And I did that for 3 years because of Hubert Davis. So so a piece of me hurt because I know he hurt. I know how much love he has for Carolina, how much love we all have for Carolina. And for him to be dismissed in that fashion, Hubert Davis don't even do social media. So for him to post on social media that he was let go, like, that just speaks volumes to how he's disoriented with this whole situation. And it's just really unfortunate, man.
So after we decided we were going to do this episode last night, I spent the rest of the night and really, I didn't really have a good night's sleep, off of this. And I've been trying to put my thoughts into how I wanted to express this opening up the show in terms of what happened. Because this isn't a surprise. We knew this was probably going to happen. The longer it went on, it was like, well, it's getting to the point where he's not going to be able to come back, even if they retain him, because of the way they've handled this. And we'll get to the North Carolina PR department and administration in a minute, because to Daht's point, I'm so upset with this school for how they've handled this. But I was thinking about it. And I titled this episode this because it's true. And I hate to say it, the Dean Smith era is over in North Carolina. It's done.
like the end
after
of
70
family.
years. Like when they did this, this ended the Dean Smith era, because we mentioned it yesterday on the show. There's not really viable candidates for what Carolina wants that are out there under Hubert. Like Roy didn't really have, it was Hubert. Like Roy didn't have the same folks like Dean did with Roy Williams and, others that coached Larry Brown and 40 years of guys coaching underneath them. I've never lived in this world where it wasn't the Dean Smith era. And I'm a diehard Tar Heel. I've been a Tar Heel since birth. Like I don't know anything else but the Dean Smith era. So for me, it's very scary to go into this next thing, because I've seen what the neighbors have done. I've seen NC State spin their wheels for 30 years. I've seen Wake Forest struggle to find somebody to run their program. Duke is the only ones that have been the exception. And to be honest, what hurts me more is we're watching the beginning of the Coach K tree. Like we're watching that right now in front of us as the Dean Smith era is ending. And K always modeled himself after Dean Smith and the program he built 8 miles up the road. That's gone now. And I feel like for the first time, the majority of Carolina fans I'm seeing online don't seem to care. They don't seem to care the Dean Smith era is over. They just want the next big thing. And I feel like the current atmosphere of the world in terms of people wanting stuff fast, I call it microwave popcorn. Everybody wants satisfaction like quick, because you get it on your hip. Like now, you don't have to wait for anything. You don't have to, Daht, back in the day when you're running radio, people are waiting for that crisscross song or whatever it is. It's like the hot song. They're calling in wanting to hear it because they can't get it anyplace else. So they're waiting for radio to play it. You had to wait. You had to wait to tape it. You had to wait. And you had the power to play it every 8 songs or whatever it was going to be, because the fans were demanding it. That don't exist no more. People don't know how to wait anymore. And that's why Hubert don't have a job today, because people don't know how to wait. People don't understand the logic of building something as opposed to birthing something that's just brand new and hot right out the gate. Shire actually, that'll never happen again. The way Shire came in underneath Coach K and the platform he had to come in with, he was in a perfect storm. I feel bad for Hubert Davis and his family, because if Carolina was going to do this, and it feels like they wanted to do this last year, to be honest, but didn't have a legit good enough reason to do it yet. And then he messed it up by having a decent season this year. And then Caleb Wilson getting hurt, made it even more messy. But then the way they lost the VCU gave him that opening. I'm really upset with the administration.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you why we mad, son.
Because they didn't do this earlier. They waited 5 days to let this fester. And out of all the people in the world I can think of that didn't deserve that, it's Hubert Davis. Because like we said, even the ones that are like, we don't want him as a coach, blah, blah, blah. They've all been like, oh, great human being, one of the best people you'll ever meet, loves his family, loves Carolina. Like he's going to be the last coach we have that's a diehard Carolina guy. I want people to understand this. Like you bring in Ty Golden ain't coming here. You bring a Billy Donovan or whoever from outside in here, they will never have the affection and affinity for the University of North Carolina that Hubert Davis, Roy Williams, Bill Guthridge, Dean Smith, even Matt Doherty, they're not going to have the same attachment. And I keep hearing Stephen A. Smith mentioning Kenny Smith, which is pissing me off every time he mentions it, because it's like, dude, if you don't know what's going on here, just don't talk about it. Kenny Smith don't want to coach here. Kenny Smith is 55. Like, how does that even fix the problem? Like, Kenny Smith never coached. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, it's
bringing Billy Donovan in, he's loves Florida more, but he loves Florida more. He won championships there.
He's won 2 national championships in Florida. He's stuck in Chicago right now, coaching the Bulls in a bad situation up there. But now it feels like, okay, my last thought before I tried to lay down last night, I was like, this is what it feels like when the dog catches the car. You know, when you see that dog in like the fence and they're running after every car that's driving down the street, wishing they could get out and be free and catch it. For the fans that wanted Hubert out, this is what happens when you catch the car. You've caught the car now. What you going to do now? Like, what's next? Like, who do you honestly think Carolina's going to bring in here that's going to drum up the boosters to give more money than what they would have gave to Hubert in the first place?
And if you bring somebody old that's not hit to this generation, we're going to be stuck in the same boat for the next 5 years.
With NC State's in right now. NC State might be losing Will Wade. Have you seen this? That he might be going to LSU.
Go back to LSU. And that's crazy because I put on Twitter a tweet that's got like, I woke up you know, like sometimes you'll just go and you put something on Twitter and then you go to your regular day and you completely forget that and I don't have my notifications on. So I go back to Twitter this morning before I go to the radio and I'm looking, it's got like 32,000 impressions and hundreds of comments. I'm like, what the hell did I even say? But I simply said, no coach. Is no telling what the recruits are going to do. It's no telling what the current players are going to do with the portal. We turn to NC State in one decision. Like NC State is over there confused as hell from year to year, don't know what the hell's going on. But and I would argue that NC State is in a better position, is what I was saying, because at least now they have a coach that they at least feel confident in. But now I see that they're not even confident that he's going to be there next season. He might be back at LSU. Like, so like what have we dug ourselves into? Like, I think I get so frustrated because one, to be so naive to act like social media didn't play a part in this really angers me. Can you hit the button for me one time? Because
yeah, I'm gonna tell you why we mad, son. I'm gonna tell you why we mad.
Words button out today.
There's an audience that says nobody's paying attention to social media. Social media doesn't, and you've lost your minds. Social media affects business all the time, not just Carolina basketball here. I'm talking about across the spectrum. Billions and billions of dollars in contracts are negotiated because of the impact of social media. There are tons of athletes that have been canceled because of social media. This situation is a byproduct of sorts of social media, and that is the fan base, which is a very toxic fan base that I've spoken about numerous times, man. Like, it's one thing to be passionate, but it's one thing to be so completely blinded that these are 19, 20-year-old kids that are trying to figure life out, and they just happen to be talented with a basketball in their hands. It's disingenuous to not understand that 5 years is not a long time when it's talking about the spectrum of a head coach who does have high accolades. We act like this is, that's what I was telling somebody in my DMs. Y'all act like this is an 8-20 season. This is not an 8-20 season. We're not at the bottom of the barrel. This is not as bad as it can get.
We're about to see if it can get bad. Yeah, because it can
get much worse, and that's what I fear, Des, that it's going to
find out.
You're gonna find out quick because it's gonna happen.
To find out.
Life comes at you fast, and this is the thing people aren't really thinking about. The recruits that Hubert just brought in, the 5 stars, Maximo Adams and what's the other kid? I forgot. Dylan Mingo, gone. They ain't coming here. Why? They came here because of the culture. They came here because of the coach. They came here because of the staff. All that's gone now, including the culture. Like, we don't know what the culture is going to be going forward. They're gone. Anybody that would have been an upperclassman on this team, gone. They have no reason to stay. Like, why are they staying? Hubert recruited them. Like, or somebody on his staff, they're gone too. So you're literally starting next season completely blank, with a blank slate right now. You don't know how much money you're going to have to work with NIL going into this. You're already behind. There's nobody left to go get really in the prep ranks because most of them have already committed, like the high-ranking 5-star kids, right? So other than the 2 kids you're probably about to lose, because I can't see them staying unless something crazy happens. You just double their NIL or whatever you want to do. But
because something else that upsets me is they say that we're a decrepit, for lack of better words. We're a horrible fan base now. I mean, school now. Like, Carolina does not have the standard anymore, et cetera, et cetera. But then you want to fire your coach and think you're going to get a better coach because we are the standard and we're still Carolina. Like, which one? You got to pick one.
Yeah, you can't have both.
You can't have both. We can't be a horrible school and we're in the gutter. We're trash. The last 5 years is the overall trajectory or the overall description of Carolina basketball in its totality. We're no longer a blue blood, but we're going to fire our coach and we're going to get somebody better. We're going to shoot for the stars. We're going to get Billy Donovan and Brad Stevens because everybody wants to come coach at Carolina. How can both of those things be true?
Nope. I don't even understand how Billy Donovan fixes the problem. Like, Billy Donovan, I'm seeing he's like took the lead on Fanduel in terms of who the next head coach would be for North Carolina, and Billy Donovan's leading the odds there. But Billy Donovan last coached in college like 2010, 11 when Florida was going back to back. Like,
the NBA season is over. The NBA season is over after the portal opens, so that wouldn't make sense.
He's still coaching. Yeah, I mean, the Bulls suck, but he's still going to coach until April, the middle of April. So I mean, I don't see that happening. You really need somebody. John Shire is 38. You need somebody like that's younger, that can be here for a decade plus instead of you going through this again in 6 years when the dude retires or whatever. I don't understand the logic from some of these fans. Let's go ahead and get to the mailbag real quick before we move forward.
And I think it's just crazy because if you look at Hubert's resume, if he did at like a Wake Forest, he would have signed like a 10-year extension.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you look at his resume now in the last 5 years, and he did that somewhere like Wake Forest, like NC State, or like a Clemson, or you get what I'm saying? He did that for a while. I don't even want to look at these comments.
Folks gave us some money over here, man. Big shout out to folks kicking out the bread, though.
Oh yeah, let me see. Daryl Floyd. Actually, I need to get to their comments. I'll get to them here in just a second. Gerald Mason says, I think it had to be done, but we got to get this hire right, especially since A.D. Cunningham will be transitioning out this summer of his post. That's what I didn't like, too, that Bubba's not even going to be here next year, and he was part of this decision. Why don't you just let the next A.D. come in, give Hubert another year, and he decide if he wants to get his own A.D., as opposed to you? That tells me that Bubba wasn't completely on board with this from the very beginning, because, again, Hubert was selected by Roy. And Bubba didn't really have a say in the Bill Belichick hire either. The chancellor and the boosters hired Bill Belichick. Bo Cunningham didn't have anything to do with that, which is probably one of the reasons why he's stepping down next year, because he's like, well, what am I here for? Like, you're not even doing anything with me. I saw interesting, I need to go pull it. It was from North Carolina Sports Network, my good friend David Glenn and company. And they were like, on Twitter, they were like, everybody's talking about Hubert Davis, but we need to start talking about the GM, Jim Tanner, that they hired. And what has he done since he's been the general manager of North Carolina Athletics? Because all he's doing is collecting checks. Like he got money for Carolina just making it to the tournament, like just getting in. He got like a 3-month bonus or whatever, like $133,000, like just for them making the tournament. Like he got money for the most random things. He probably overpaid a couple of these folks in NIL for basketball. We know they did for football in particular. And nothing looks better like right now. Like Carolina Athletics is in shambles right now. Like the football program is a hot mess. The basketball program, which is usually the crown jewel, it's become a hot mess. And it's our own doing. We've been shooting ourselves in the foot because we keep trying to please the fans. Like the fans wanted something to happen with football. The boosters wanted something to happen with football because they see all the football money. The fans have been never happy with Carolina basketball. Even when Roy and Dean were coaching, they wanted them fired too. But Dean and Roy had the rope to get things fixed, so to speak, or the leash, or whatever way you want to say it. They had enough room to get things fixed. That's what I was saying yesterday. I feel like Hubert's not going to get a chance to fix this, and he didn't. He didn't get a chance to fix it. It sounds like he didn't know he wasn't going to get that chance. From my understanding, they asked him to resign. And he emphatically said no. And that's what led to them actually firing him, which we thought they would not do. But clearly enough boosters got into the ears of those that are the powers that be to be like, yo, he's got to go, or we can't do this, we can't do that, or whatever. So David.
Hold on. What did you say? I said what?
When you said that Dallas Cowboy fans are like Carolina fans, I just feel like with us, it's like every year is championship or bust, and it's not. Like, if you just look at our roster, you can tell that we have a championship roster. Like, the season we had Caleb fully healthy, and I feel like this year's team could have been a championship roster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
man, our first episode, man, I went back. I told y'all a couple weeks ago, I went back and watched that first episode, y'all, after we had beat Kansas. We was so freaking happy, man. Like we beat the dogs. We dog walked Kansas low key, and they had Darren Peterson. Like Self did his thing, and we was just so optimistic, man. Like
we never would have thought at the end of this season that it would end with Hubert. I thought for once Hubert's not going to end the season on a hot seat. Like at that point, like he's finally getting this thing together.
They were saying he should be fired after that game, Des, and
I know.
I got crazy.
People here hating in the comment section too. We were 19-5 with good wins. Then Caleb got hurt. If Caleb didn't get hurt, would HD still be the coach? And where would the team be? Did we overreact? They'd be playing this weekend, in my opinion. They'd be in the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
easily.
And his job would be fine. They finished third in the ACC. So I don't know.
Again, I repeat. First of all, the very cliche, if you take a 5-star of any team, they're going to suffer. That's very true. But Caleb was more than just a talent for us. He was literally our engine and our heartbeat. And when he when he messed up his wrist and they knew he was coming back, the guys were optimistic. They were still playing strong because why? Caleb's coming back. When he breaks his finger on a freak accident dunking in practice, the team knew that their heart was gone. And not only did the team know, but opposing teams knew that our heart was gone. So you lose your heart and your most talented player. This is gonna happen.
Daryl Floyd 7704. We appreciate the donations to the show,
Dude.
But however, I'm still
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why we
because
mad.
I think you're talking about me. It sounds like through previous commentators so in his feelings for HD. Get over it, dude. I will not get over it. I will not. You ain't my daddy. You don't tell me what to do.
I was about to say, who the hell is he talking to?
I know. I'm like, I think I'm the previous commentator. I think he was saying the previous arena host. He was talking about me.
I'll speak for all three of us. We ain't gonna get over it because we've been out here. We know Hubert Davis. These two people know Hubert Davis. He hired one of these guys. He recruited the other one. Like we know him. Like we're not gonna sit here and be like, oh well, they fired Hubert Davis finally. Who's going to be the next coach for Carolina? Is it Billy Donovan? Is it Brett? Yeah. No, we ain't doing that, man.
Just because y'all can go on y'all day like it's normal because he got fired, we can't do that.
You can hop on your own podcast and talk about how it was right for them to fire Hubert Davis. This is for us to tell y'all we don't think it was right how they handled it. I understand why they fired him. I get that, but the way they handled it, he didn't deserve this. Like he did not deserve the way they did it. It's definitely bad. Just look 8 miles up the road. Duke is now the measurement. Are you happy with that fact? Brother,
well, firing Coach Davis wasn't the thing to do if we were going to try to keep up with him.
Right. Yeah. Let's run backwards a little bit so we can catch up to Duke.
Like, that wasn't the right thing to do if we were going to try to keep up with him.
Duke still has a coach that was part of the Duke family tree coaching them. We literally fired our head coach. Like, do y'all understand what that looks like?
And that puts us more steps behind them. Like, that puts us more steps behind them. That's what people don't understand. Duke over there licking their chops now, and they're about to walk into the Final Four.
I've seen so many Duke fans like celebrating this today.
They're over there licking their chops because they know the next 2 to 3 years maybe it's going to be up in the air at Chapel Hill.
David, I see Kingdom G5L says, as a diehard Tar Heel fan and a member of the Carolina family, it's time to go outside the family. Past time, UNC is in crisis mode. This is not the time to be pussyfooting around. Okay. Who you getting?
And let me say this: they better make a decision quick because
like this week,
pickup starts in May. Where all the pros come back in the summer and they play pickup.
But look, but even more important than that, I was watching DG and Dez yesterday, and DG even brought up the point that the freaking portal opens April 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why is that important, guys? Well, let's put on our thinking caps. Let's talk it out for a second, right?
Well, if we don't know,
it's March 25th, so that means like in the next week or so, the portal.
Lose Daht. I don't know what happened. It froze on,
but like, I know what he's about to say.
Yeah, like I'd have to think that. And
I
would have to think that they had a general idea of who to offer before they fired Hubert, and that's why it took so long. That's the only logic I could think of.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that they're that prepared?
Because I think with the Bill Belichick situation, they didn't really do that.
The PR team can't even update us on the little stuff. You think they're going to tell us about the big stuff?
Oh, I don't have the faith that they actually did. In my mind, I'm like, I hope this is what you did, because if this is what you're doing, then okay, that kind of makes more sense than just firing Hubert with no plan. But
Dez, like, how can you know what to attack in the portal if you're about to fire the coach? And the players that are on the current roster may be thinking about now hopping in the portal.
Yeah, you don't even know what you're inheriting. Like, you don't know who's going to be here. I would assume no one.
I think the scariest part of all of this is if Derek Dixon hits the portal. I'm just going to be honest with you, because that's our point guard. That's our point guard.
All of them. Vassar might go to the league now because of this.
Yeah, like I don't even say Caleb's coming back no more. That shit been sold. But now if I'm Henry, I'm going pro. Like I'm hearing Luka might stay, but I don't see why.
Why would he stay now? Like who is he attached to? Like everyone's going to be gone. It's
that's
the Will
what I'm
Smith
saying.
league. it's the Will Smith meme, him standing in the living room with nothing in there from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, it's just, there's nothing here. Like, what am I staying for? The most viable options to replace Hubert Davis are Todd Golden.
Not happening.
If you watched my show last night, that's not happening. His buyout is $16 million, and Florida's not letting him go anywhere. So, Nate Oates at Alabama, Tommy Lloyd at Arizona, Dusty May at Michigan, and Billy Donovan, who's coaching the Bulls. Dusty May's at Michigan. I don't see a difference between Michigan and Carolina right now. Why would he leave Michigan?
Exactly. Because the lights aren't even as bright in Michigan, and he's doing extremely well. Why would he come and have to reconstruct an entire new program with the lights being super bright, and he clearly has to win right now? Like, no.
I'll take Nate Oates and Dusty May off of this list because Nate Oates is in the SEC. Alabama, they've got NIL football money coming in like from boosters. Where how do you think Alabama got so good in basketball over the past 3 years all of a sudden out the blue? Because it's SEC TV money. Dusty May, same thing. Big Ten TV money. They get more money than the SEC does. Like, why is Michigan going to let this dude go that they just found and he took a year to rebuild their program? And the problem, they might win a national championship this year. Why would he leave Michigan to come to North Carolina? This is the stuff we talk about. This is the stuff.
The only reason I would.
I'm gonna tell you why we mad, son.
Iowa State's head coach too. I saw them talking about Iowa State's head coach.
Oh, the dude I can't pronounce, TJ, whatever.
The only reason I can think that Tommy Lloyd may be up there is because he has ties with Coach Robinson. You know, Coach Robinson went to Arizona after he left UNC, and that's the only thing I can really put together.
Don't we have didn't we kind of have a bad falling out with Coach Robinson too? Like the way that got handled? Because
I don't know about that. Because did he want to stay too with Hubert on that staff?
I don't know. I don't know.
Or was he more upset that he wasn't named the head coach? Like, I don't know.
Has he been head coach anywhere? Should the next head coach we have, he was head coach at Florida State?
Mm-hmm.
How did that work out?
I can't really remember. It was before I got to Carolina.
The next head coach, though, has to have head coaching experience, right?
Right. So it can't be Kenny Jet Smith. we can throw him out too. He never coached anywhere. Like, I don't even think he's coached AAU. So, like, and he's 55. Like, Stephen A. Smith is on one with this Kenny the Jet Smith thing. Like, I don't understand it. HD will always hold the greatest non-natty wins in UNC history. Can't ever take that away. Facts.
Big fact.
Tommy, are you ready? Or pay the buyout and get in a bidding war? We're not doing any of these things, man. Dusty, are you ready to pay the payout and get in a huge bidding war? We're just not going to do any of these things. UNC fans are toxic. I'm a UNC fan. I hate the fan base.
People don't realize we're not paying nobody anything. Like, when it comes to the team, they better hope the coach they bring in can do it because we're not paying nobody nothing.
Like, they pay Hubert less than $5 million a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on now. Exactly.
The coach in Carolina.
Carolina's got a discount paying these head coaches, Dean and Roy, well below market value for going on 40 years because they never asked for more. Like, with Roy, he had a Nike contract, so he was good with a little bit. The Carolina was giving him the Nike money. He never asked for what he should have been getting. Meanwhile, Kay up the street's getting like $10 million a year to coach college basketball or whatever, and we were winning more. PJ's correct. They want to act like they care now. Worst decision they could have made. He should be with HD. No one expects any less of him. I'm talking about Elijah, I Bleav.
I say you hire LaVelle Moton.
That's what I say, but I don't think we'll have another coach of that color ever again, and that's just
no. I said it yesterday. You gonna wait another 100 years before they go this route.
If you want somebody that's plugged in the area, can recruit in the state, has a winning caliber, I'm telling you. But like, the sad part is, to y'all's point, that names like that will never get mentioned. One, because of the skin tone, and two, because he's coached over there at North Carolina Central. But when you're talking about connections to athletes and connections to players, connections to this generation, hell, his son about to be a damn dog. VJ Moton is a fool. I don't know if y'all have seen VJ Moton, LaVelle Moton's son, but he gets buckets. IQ off the charts. LaVelle Moton was a bucket. But I know I'm just talking and spitting in the wind.
Somebody said down here that we're playing catch up. It's not our fault that we're playing catch up. It's because we waited until Duke got steps ahead to be like, oh, let's get a GM.
201 Richmond. Yeah, Carolina was bull asking when teams were getting one and dones. Now we're in this NIL era and we're playing catch up. Back in the one and done era, all the one and dones were going to like 3 schools, like Duke, and like maybe a couple others,
Kentucky.
Kentucky, Kansas, and like that was kind of it. And we would get one, and then somebody else, Arizona, would get one, that kind of thing. But we were getting some one and dones during that era. We weren't getting 4 of them like every year.
Yeah,
But
we weren't
again,
getting number 1 picks either, though.
That was
Right.
because of the pipeline that Coach K laid down. Coach K laid down an immaculate pipeline when he started working with Team USA, dog.
But would you rather have those one and dones that made it to the NBA and were first round picks, or would you rather have the 3 natties that Carolina got and with 4 players? Because that's where it comes to me. It's like, are you a Carolina fan or are you a NBA fan? Because Duke fans to me come off as NBA fans because now they're like, look at all the players we put in the NBA. Yeah, but look how many natties you didn't win with these players at your disposal. Like Troy Williams would have some of these teams that Duke had. He would have like 7 natties. Like,
it's no reason that Duke team with RJ Barrett, Zion, and Cam Reddish should not have won the championship.
Or the one last year.
Or the one last year.
Or the one with Paolo Banchero. There's no way we were supposed to beat them twice.
The one we beat.
There's no way we were supposed to beat them twice, dog.
And then the 2015 team that won, what would you have said if I told you the starters that got drafted from the 2015 Duke team all ended up trash in the NBA? All of them. Every last one of them. Like none of them panned out. Quinn Cook, who's the center?
Nolan did decent with Portland.
And Quinn was by default because he went to Golden State and won chips.
Hey, but Quinn went to the G League and put up buckets
numbers. But you gotta also, but Quinn, I gotta give Quinn his flowers. That's been my dog. But if you look back at them times when Steph didn't play or he rested, Quinn would go crazy. People didn't realize that.
A little spurt. Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah,
Okafor. That's what Okafor. Okafor didn't pan out. He was like the number 3 overall pick.
It's just crazy to think they haven't won a championship since 2015 with all the talent they've brought in.
Just think of all the one and dones they brought in since 2015, like just the decade, and they haven't won a natty like off of it. So again, Carolina, you have to decide because they're all like Duke's in front of us, Duke's in front of us. Are they though? Like, are they in front of us? They're in front of us in terms of like getting 5 stars that are one and dones. But as a Carolina fan, is that what you really want? Do you want a team of one and dones every year? Because I see Duke fans getting frustrated about this time of the year that their team is lacking this or lacking that every year. Because they don't play with each other.
Year.
Yeah, it's like they've only been there for 8 months. And is that what you want to have?
When you talk about catching up, though, like that's low key like Duke catching up to us because there was a time when we had all these great players and was missing out on freaking championships. PJ's team is one. You can talk about the broken wrist from Kendall, but PJ's team, you talk about Stackhouse and them and Vince and them. Like there were tons of super talented teams we had that didn't get a natty. You dig what I'm saying? So like it's funny how us and Duke we flip flop. Even when we win a natty, then they win a natty, or they win a natty and then we win a natty. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's just always. So that's another reason to bring this full circle why HD was let go yesterday.
I actually had a thing you just mentioned in that with Carolina and Duke, how they run parallel. There was a stretch for like 30 years, I think, where if one of them made the Final Four, the other one did the next year. And like I had it all like written out, like going all the way back to like the 80s or something like mid 80s or something like that, where like 86 Duke made the natty, 87 Carolina got to the Final Four, then Duke went to the Final Four like for 4 years straight to 92, then Carolina won it in 93. Like they're so intertwined like with everything. And then for us to finally see them in the Final Four, the last time either one of us was in the Final Four, well Duke went last year, but it just the stuff like this. And I feel like Daryl donated $20 so he could just come in here and just start yelling stuff because I'm reluctant to to push back on him because he donated money.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why we mad, son.
The Dean Smith era did not end in 1997. Like everybody that coached after Dean Smith retired in 97 was a Dean Smith disciple. I don't think you understand what Dean Smith era means. It don't mean just when Dean Smith coached. It's either if you played for Dean or coached under Dean, you're no longer going to be coaching at Carolina. Like they're not going to get King Rice. They're not going to get Jerry Stackhouse. I don't think they're not going to ask Jerry Stackhouse unless they get pushed away by 5 other people. Like I'm afraid that we're going to ask 5 or 6 people and they're all going to say no. And then we're going to get stuck. And then we're going to be like, okay, well, we just got to settle for somebody, which is complete. That's not why you wanted to fire Hubert in the first place. Tommy Opp one says most Carolina fans are the new Dean's. Most Carolina fans are new. The Dean Smith tree is old news. Brother, what? Like, what are you talking? Most Carolina fans are new. What are you talking about? Like, most Carolina fans have been Carolina fans their whole life, probably, and they're probably adults. Like, are they 8? Are they 12? Like, is that who we're talking about?
I will say, if we do get Jerry Stackhouse, like if that is the option or if that ends up being a decision, he's going to want to pick his own staff, and he's going to bring his guys.
I'm fine with that. If this is what we're doing, I'm fine with it.
And with me knowing Jerry Stackhouse personally, he's that person that I was saying they needed, but having him as a head coach will just be even better because now you got to worry, coach is going to cuss me out. You haven't had to worry about that in the past years.
That would extend the Dean Smith era if they got Jerry Stackhouse. It seems like he's the only one that King Rice hasn't had enough success at Monmouth to really consider this, I don't think.
Yeah.
And Jerry didn't have a lot of success at Vanderbilt, to be honest, but he could, if they still wanted to hold on to the Carolina family thing. I think the problem is going to be that they're not going to have a choice but to hold on to the Carolina family thing. Because I'm sitting there going through this list of people that they want to get. I can't see any of them at Carolina. Like, I can't see a situation where Carolina lands one of these guys. They're going to have to fall back and settle for somebody they probably didn't have first, second, or third on their list. And that's going to make Carolina fans infuriated because they're all thinking we can get whoever we want. And we've been sitting there the whole time saying, you can't. You can't get whoever you want. And they're about to find out the hard way. Probably.
Let me just reiterate this too, since all the fans are here. They're not doing it for the fans' liking or in any of that. The people that make the decisions are making the decisions for the basketball team, and that's it. Yep. The fans think they make a decision and they don't. And that's the problem. Like, they think Hubert got fired because they petitioned it on Twitter. No.
Yeah.
Like, that's not why he got fired.
This wasn't groundswell. Like, organically it happened.
This was a build-up type thing. And it just so happened that last L from VCU, that was the straw. That was the last straw.
Yep.
And we understand that.
Nail in the coffin.
The way they lost.
Right. And that too. And us on this show, we understand that. We're just trying to tell people, like y'all said, how it got handled. It's just messy, and it was very disrespectful.
Daryl Floyd again. Respectfully, why do you feel this way for Hubert Davis and his family? They are just fine. How do you know that? Like, we actually are in contact with them.
If they were just fine, Elijah wouldn't have posted the picture scratching out Carolina off his jersey.
Like, we have actually. See, I think some people get it twisted. They think that we're just fans doing a podcast. We still have connections in the Carolina family between the three of us here. Like, with me, with the beat writers that are there every day in the locker rooms talking to these people face to face. Daht has people on his phone. PJ is a former player. Regardless of what's happened in the past, he still has connections with these people. Like, Hubert recruited him. Like, why would we not have these feelings for a man that, for all intents and purposes, I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Hubert Davis.
People are so insensitive.
A-hole, blah, blah, blah.
People are so insensitive because
that's the word.
People working a regular 9-to-5 for 5 years would be pissed if they got fired.
Right. Almost for no cause.
It is like, people are human. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be upset that you lost your job or you got fired. It's okay for your kids to be upset because you fired my dad and now we're not going to be around anymore. Like,
it's okay for us to be upset. We were rooting for him. Like, we rooted.
It ain't like we can go. It ain't like we can march in the basketball office and be like, bring him back, and they go just bring him back in the office. Like, no.
I mean, it works on Twitter apparently. If they can get enough of them to say this,
like,
they'll go.
And what be frustrating too is like the audience of, because I see a couple people talking about, oh, he's fine, he's a millionaire. Yes, the money helps you out in life. I'm not ever going to be naive to that fact. And millions of dollars, absolutely. Everybody lives a little bit better with millions of dollars. But take the money part away and just talk about from your for the people that's putting that in, the Jovi whatever _8, whatever the last commenter that I saw say that. Take all the money away and just talk about the experience of being rejected from something that you absolutely love. HD would coach at Carolina for free because of the passion that he has at Carolina. Former player, the experience that it gave him in his life. He met his wife, he made his kids in Chapel Hill, and to want to be great. Like, if you've ever wanted to be great in anything, whether it's to be the general manager at Sonic or to be the head coach at Carolina basketball, if you've ever wanted to be great and that gets taken away from you against your will There's nothing you can do, no matter how many millions you offer to give back, how much pleading you do, how much crying. Nothing you can do can fix the pain that is filled in you by something that you love being stripped away from you. And the humanity in that, the sensitivity in that is why we have this vantage point from Hubert Davis. It's not as simple as he's just a coach. Bill self-retiring. I can talk about that with absolutely no feelings about it at all.
It's not confirmed yet. That's not confirmed yet.
Not confirmed, but him thinking about contemplating retire. I can talk about those type conversations all day. This is a bit more personal. And here at Bleav in Heels Hoops, because we have that personal relationship, it's going to be a different take.
I ain't gonna lie. This hurt. This hurt when I heard it. Like, I found out the same way when I told y'all. 2 minutes before that, Ryan Stone texted me and my chat I had with him and JP Money. He was just like, it happened. I'm like, what? He's like, check ESPN. And as soon as he typed that, and I was like, oh no. And I went to ESPN, was the very first thing there. And I was like, oh God, they did it like this, like through a statement. Like they didn't even
statement, bro.
Like I feel like Hubert is probably right now.
That's a press conference.
I feel like he's crushed that knowing the man that Hubert Davis is, it feels like his main thought isn't about himself, was that he let Roy Williams down. That's how I feel like Hubert's feeling today.
And his staff.
I guarantee you the first person that called him this morning or when the news broke was Roy Williams. Mm-hmm. I guarantee it.
And they probably didn't even talk basketball. He just consoled him. Like, I mean, when we say Carolina
family, it's a mental thing.
We're not lying or stretching it when we say Carolina family. Like it feels like a family. Like, so when I found this out, it felt like a family member had just had something happen to them. Like,
but what's unfortunate, Des, is the way that Carolina handled this does not feel like a Carolina family on any level.
Right.
Like that part
exactly.
And like a Carolina family.
That's why I'm saying the Dean Smith era is over, because he created the Carolina family. Like all this Carolina family stuff came from Dean. And I get it. People are like, well, Dean wasn't in the Carolina family. No, he wasn't in the Carolina family. He started it. There was no family here before he got here. Like, he was the first one here. Everything after him is the family tree. Like I keep seeing that kind of like, well, he came from Kansas. He didn't start.
And not to mention, this past year was his first time with a roster that he actually put together.
Yes,
that they actually
with Roy's kids.
He had RJ last year. Like this was his first year. He actually got to do what he wanted to do.
So, Mr. Commentator Hubert Davis cannot retain recruits. I've said the one thing I had about Hubert was that for some reason he could recruit the 5-stars in here, but he could not keep them here for some reason. We should have had a backcourt of Elliot Cadeau and Ian Jackson, like in the backcourt this year. With
Dayron, this will be Dayron Sharp's senior year.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Don't start playing that game, man.
You fools called it. It's always been a coaching issue. Actually, the players, I saw Caleb Wilson earlier this year after a loss where they were interviewing him, and he was like, I hate it that a lot of this gets put on Coach Davis or whatever, when it's really us not executing what he teaches us every day in practice. That's why we're losing games. And people keep bringing up the Kansas game and this VCU game, and the main thing in them is that they lost these big leads. The other big thing in them, he ran a short rotation in the second half in both of those games. The Kansas game, he had no choice, and then Armando hurt his foot in the second half. So, I mean, you're playing with 5.5 players. I'm not quite sure what happened Thursday with playing only 6 against VCU, because
he don't trust them.
He didn't trust the guys that he brought in.
I say it now. He ain't there no more. He didn't trust them.
He didn't trust them.
He didn't think he could put them on the floor and they would produce.
Yeah.
We hadn't did it all, and they hadn't did it all year. So I mean, you put them out there in the NCAA tournament, it's win or go home.
Billy Donovan.
Imagine if we don't have that lead. VCU beats us by 20.
So what happened to players like Zayden High? We were talking about how good Zayden had been playing. Zayden getting no play that second half. Like, what was that? Like, why does that happen?
I think he just felt like he's better off with Vassar and Stevenson out there, like than putting High, even though they probably needed
a tired Stevenson.
They probably even just 2-3 minutes.
And it's a trust level. Shit, Henry had 30 and 18.
Right, he's the best player.
Like you can't take him off court. That's how he's producing. So you only have to rotate out Jaren Stevenson, and Jaren Stevenson didn't even play horrible.
Yeah, we beat Duke with Caleb and lost the next game with Caleb. Did we? Who was the next game after Duke?
I don't know, possibly, but what is that even?
What does that have to do with anything? Yeah, I don't remember what. And ain't ever had to talk money with a kid in this NIL era. If we're talking about Hubert, he has. That's kind of the problem.
Right.
Like he's the head recruiter. Like you didn't just lose your head coach. You've
He's
lost
not the
your head
one
recruiter
paying
for the
him.
past 15 years. Like that was Hubert. All these the guys that we love that came in, he recruited them. He's gone. He can't. Now you got to bring in a recruiter that's got to sell North Carolina that didn't go to North Carolina. You know what I mean? Like they got to sell
comical.
Chapel Hill, Franklin Street, the Fountain, the Dean Dome, the jerseys, the rafters, like everything that makes Carolina and makes it a blue blood top team, top school type thing. Now you got to bring in somebody outside of Carolina to sell that to everybody else. Where before, for the past 70 years, it's been someone who has been in it. It's someone who played.
They're gonna have to they're gonna have to send hoops out to recruit.
No,
imagine calling Hubert today. Imagine calling Hubert today. Like, hey, yo, we thought
who's
about
can
this.
do it? I ain't gonna
Hey,
care.
no, hey, who's gonna sell your car now?
Who's gonna sell your car? That car gonna break down at the light as soon as you drive it off the lot, but that car gonna get sold now.
Hey, look. Hey, if anybody could talk, it's hoops. I swear.
Talking about Billy Donovan, don't matter if he's 80, he'll be our new coach. Clock it. I don't know if they're gonna hire a 60-year-old. It almost feels like they need to do like what Miami did and pull Jay Lucas, but they got him from Duke. They need to pull like a young assistant from someplace and bring him over, and that worked out because he got into the portal. They got all their stuff in time. But you remember what happened last year when they got him? He left Duke at the beginning of March, in the beginning of their run. He left to go to Miami because he knew the portal was about to open, and he had to get there and start building his team, or he wouldn't have had a team. Like you just said, the portal opens in 2 weeks. This guy go down like that, like Friday.
Right. This is gonna sound crazy, but like we need a young hip coach. Like I'm not saying like 33, 30, like between 30 and 50,
45.
anywhere in there. Like somebody that listens to rap music here and there. Like I'm talking about one of those. Like, and I'm not necessarily has to be a African American coach, but he has to be hip.
He gotta have some swag, man.
He gotta have some swag.
I feel we're gonna get an old ass white man, and we're gonna make Carolina basketball great again.
I had to say it like that.
That's what's about to happen, man. That's what's about to flip that. Flip that.
I think I'm gonna start pushing for Jerry Stackhouse. He's the only one that's left. It kind of makes sense, and he's gonna be the only one left after all these other people say no.
And Golden State might.
We're just gonna go over.
Yeah, and Golden State might not make the playoffs. So
right. So like he might be available in the next week or two. Like he might be available Friday. Honestly,
But I'm with the whole LaVelle Moton thing though.
I don't think they would go to LaVelle. Like,
yeah,
that'd be a cool story, but that seems like that would make the Carolina boosters even madder.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like what are y'all doing? Like, that's not what we want.
Because he got swag, and he gonna come in and he gonna be himself.
Donovan has 10 years minimum left, a lot of gas in his tank. I don't want a 7-year-old coaching Carolina, in 10 years, and we got to go through this all over again. Like that ship has sailed. I always wanted Jerry Stackhouse on the staff.
See, that's what I mean. I think I like Jerry Stackhouse on the staff, but I don't know if I like Jerry Stackhouse leading the charge.
As a head coach.
I do hope that whoever they bring in as head coach, that he knows enough about Carolina and the history that he does bring somebody like a Jerry Stackhouse onto his staff that can actually sell Carolina. That would make sense instead of just thinking, I'm worried about a Matt Rule situation. That's what I'm worried about. Where somebody comes in, they try to.
What do you mean by that?
So, like when Matt Rule came in to coach the Panthers, he tried to change things about the Panthers that made them the Panthers. Like they tried to drop the keep pounding mantra. They got rid of the drum at the beginning of the game, like that they would pound or whatever. They got rid of that. He distanced himself and the franchise from previous players. So like they basically act as if Cam Newton never played for the franchise. Like no pictures of him anywhere, like no nothing, which is nuts. And the players felt it. And like talking to Stu when we do our pod, he was like, yeah, there was a stretch when Rule was head coach where we felt like we weren't included, like we weren't part of the Panthers anymore. And it's just like, why are you doing this? You're trying to model yourself after the Steelers of all places, and you're pushing all these people away. So when Rule left and they brought in Frank Wright tried to switch it because Frank Wright was the first quarterback for the Panthers. Like he started the first game. Like, so he tried to start bringing them back in, and now Canales has embraced it wholeheartedly. Like everybody's back. Like even Cam, like everybody's back in the fold, and they've realized it was a mistake to try to get away from who we are. And I'm worried that whoever they bring in, if they're not a Carolina guy or at least understand the history, that they're going to try to erase everything that makes Carolina great or a great job. And depending on who they bring in, that could potentially happen. But you guys wanted this. This is what you wanted. You wanted us to be in the situation we're in right now where Hubert is gone. You're not going to hear me waxing on about Hubert Davis going forward. I'm not a mourning type person. I'm more of a, when something happens to me, my instinct is to immediately look forward instead of like sulking or just staying in the past with it.
Laboring on it.
Yeah, I used to be that way. And I've learned over time that instead of ripping that scab off over and over again, it's easier for me to just try to focus on the future and make things better future-wise. So after this episode, we won't be talking about Hubert Davis. There's no reason to talk about him after this episode is over with. We'll be talking about the next head coach, the search. Did Carolina mess this up? Did they get it right? What are we doing recruit-wise? I thought we were winding up our season. I thought we were getting towards the end of the season, and now I'm like, this joint's about to go till May.
We about to have a lot to talk about. we definitely was seriously, y'all. We was like, dang, the season about to be over. How are we gonna keep the podcast going?
Yeah, we were. We was just having a conversation like, well, what are we gonna do for some of these episodes now that Carolina season's done? I have a pretty good idea now. Like I almost feel like we're gonna be back home before the week is over because they gotta hire a coach. Like
they might make a decision before the week is over. That's what
they might have. I mean, again, I'm feeling like they waited this long. Because Hubert didn't want to resign. And I guess they were figuring out the legalese of all that. But it's been 5 days. I figured they've had to put some feelers out at this point. Like, would you be interested if this opened up and, blah, blah, blah. They got to have an idea of where to go. Because if they don't, and they did this anyway, that's going to make me so mad where it's like, I can't believe my school is doing this. Like,
tell them call my phone.
Call PJ. Give PJ a call. See what's going on. You imagine PJ being announced as the head coach of Tar Heel Hoops.
Oh God, the boos I would hear.
Bro, you talking about boosters being pissed off.
The boos I would hear.
Get the boos at the midnight joint, the opening midnight madness thing.
You would put the boo. You would put the boo in booster.
And I talk back, so I ain't gonna be the one that's gonna sit and let you just talk. Yeah, I ain't gonna be the one that's gonna sit and let you talk about me.
We gonna see.
Like I'm not for it.
Chancellor is a Duke grad. Like, what the F are we doing at the high up? And the GM, I think, came from the next AD's coming in from like NASCAR or something. So well,
at least Duke understanding what's going on, man. Maybe using their guy as a chancellor will help us out.
That's what I was thinking right here. That's what I was thinking. What if Mingo flips and goes to Duke? Because weren't they on his top?
No, it wasn't Duke. I can't remember now who it was. It was down to 3. It wasn't Duke. It was Carolina and 2 others. They were up north. Well, I can't remember, but PJ is the player. Tell us how much being recruited by UNC meant to him as far as staff versus UNC legacy.
What do you mean,
like? I don't know. Mike, you want to be a little bit more specific with your
is he asking did I go because of the way the staff treated me as opposed
I think he's
to
asking,
going?
I think he's more asking, did you go because you got recruited by somebody who went to Carolina or played for Carolina?
Or was it a legacy of just being at Carolina?
Yeah.
Well, I was recruited by Coach Robinson, but Roy would pop up to my open gym. So imagine you in open gym in 10th grade and you look and Roy Williams is sitting on your sideline with your head coach. So it might have had a lot to do with the legacy, but at the same time, I knew who Roy Williams was. I knew he was a national championship Hall of Fame coach. Mm-hmm. So I knew if I went to Carolina, I would have a chance to win a national championship. So a lot of that played a part in that too.
I don't know who's out there that would fit all this, because even when Roy came over, he was like in his late 40s, I think, by the time he got over.
Larry Brown weighed in on this, but Roy didn't, because Roy's probably writing his own statement.
Roy already did, didn't he? Roy already gave support for Hubert Stan. He did that early. So I was like, Pete, I think you just missed Roy when you made the comment, because I thought we talked about it here.
That's what I'm saying. They'd be talking just to be talking.
Talking to be talking. My Tar Heels are acting like my Panthers before Dan Morgan took over as GM. And that's what I was saying before. Like, they are starting to act like they're just throwing darts at the dartboard, trying to see what works. And that was the infuriating thing with 6 years. Like, the Panthers spent 6-7 years of just spinning their wheels, trying to rush things and fix things because of the fans. And now they finally were like, we're getting out of the way. They got the right people in place. and Dan Morgan is cooking in terms of what he's picking, and Dave Canales is cooking in terms of what they're building. But it took him 7 years to get here. Carolina fans, please be prepared, because like I said, I'm 48. The worst of my life was the Matt Daugherty era, like those 2 years or whatever, and that was it. I've been spoiled. Carolina is usually my safe space, because usually in the fall I'm living and dying with the Panthers. You know how that goes. And then and then after that, once March Madness is over and I turn to NBA, the Lakers are my squad, but the Hornets are my heart, and they're never in April, May usually. So it's like Carolina's the one thing I know from December to April where more likely than not my team's going to win the game. So like I have a team I know is good. Everybody else knows is good. I can talk trash. Like,
yeah,
I don't have that anymore. Like they just ripped it away from me. And that's why I'm upset about it, because I've never really had it. I've never had this uncertainty about Carolina basketball in my life. Like, what's about to happen?
These fans better hold on for this ride.
The only thing keeping UNC basketball alive was the family, and we just asked on that.
Agreed.
Yep.
All right, let's just talk. What's your opinion on Kenny the Jet Smith maybe taking the coaching job, if even considered?
No.
Why would Carolina ask him? Like
right. That's
why?
my thing. Why would they
Like, why? Talking about basketball for 10 years on Inside the NBA doesn't qualify him to coach Carolina. Like,
on any level.
would he even know where to begin? Like, I just don't understand this. And Stephen A put this out here, and now it's floating.
I was saying something around the lines of if you bring in like a Kenny Smith or like a former player or something like that, make them like a recruiter. Because
Assistant
imagine
coach.
or like a recruiter, like say you're at Peach Jam and Vince Carter walks into the gym, he's recruiting you. You know what I'm saying? Or you're sitting in the gym and I'm just throwing names out there, Antoine Jameson, or
I feel you. That's how.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But it can't be Kenny, man. Kenny don't even walk good to the board from the table. Like, you think he about to be walking up in gyms all over America? Absolutely the hell not, man. Them knees get the knocking like a doorknob. Ain't no way in the hell he gonna be over from city to city going to recruit players. No,
like this when he's walking around, like literally can't. Mingo and Max here getting a bag. If the right coach comes in, we can easily keep them. But that's the least of worries right now. That's not true. They didn't pick Carolina because Carolina paid them more. Like
they picked Carolina because of Hubert.
They picked him because of Hubert.
I had an argument with somebody not even an argument because it was stupid. But he had the nerve to tell me that we didn't get all of these recruits because of Hubert, and he's more than certain that Maximo and Dylan didn't commit to Carolina because of Hubert. I said, what did they commit for?
Right.
It wasn't the money.
I said, because there's only one person talking to him, the majority of the recruitment.
Mm-hmm. Grace, as toxic as this fan base is, I wouldn't want to come. And that's coming from someone who wanted to play there my whole life, played with Cole Clower at Caldwell, and did my best to get UNC and the toxic.
God damn, that word just whooped your ass in front of everybody. Get
down here. And the lack there of him leaving.
The whole thing.
It's a running sentence. It's all over the place. Toxicity and lack there of need him away.
Oh, that's the kid that committed to NC State. He's going to state.
Who, Grayson?
No, Cole Clower, the dude he's talking
Cole
about.
Is a bucket.
Yeah, he's nice. He's at state.
He played on the same CP3 team as who? Deontay Neal.
He wanted to come to Carolina.
Carry on. So did Deontay Neal.
Sure. Oh, Mason. Right now, it feels like the beginning of New Edition's Can You Stand the Rain video with the newspaper headline out Carolina after they lost.
I've seen that article.
Oh, God. We were a 5 seed before Caleb's injury. Our upside was Final Four, but our floor was also first round loss. I thought we were 4. We dropped two lines when Caleb got hurt. And then we lost 3 games. We lost to Duke, lost to Clemson in the ACC tournament, and that pushed us from a 4 to a 6. Joe Lunardi said we were a 4. Like, back then, but people were like, we should be a 2, we should be a 1, and I get that, I understand that, but you're basing it on a previous era. Like when Dean was walking the sideline, we were a 1 or a 2 every year. When Dean Smith was coaching the team,
I feel like if we had at least made it to like the semifinal or like lost in the ACC championship game or something like that, we'd probably still been like a 3 or 4 seed.
Probably so. Even with Caleb this way in the championship team, Sweet 16, I commented I thought Sweet 16 was the ceiling for this team without Caleb, and it probably would have been. Look around the ACC. Y'all realize Duke is the only ACC team left in the Sweet 16? We put 8 teams in. Not a one of them made it out to the next
Who
weekend.
got the most right now? What conference has the most right? Is it Big 12? Because Houston.
I don't know.
Houston, Arizona. Arizona's in the Big 12 now, right?
I'll be real with you. I kind of checked out the tournament after the Carolina loss. Like,
Absolutely,
I was just like, I don't even care about any of these right now. I'll come back.
I'm watching the girls though. The girls in the Sweet 16,
bro. Y'all pray for Carolina's girls team because they got to go play UConn in the Sweet 16, and
they're gonna cover the spread.
What's the spread? Like 25, 28?
It's probably
cover the spread.
It's probably like 31.
I don't think they're gonna cover the spread, dog.
Yes, they will, man. Coach Bangard gonna have them girls ready to hoop.
Right,
bro. UConn was up 65-12, like at a half the other night. Like a high school game.
They wasn't playing Carolina, baby.
You know what
I believe in heels hoop women too.
I don't want them to go play UConn.
Y'all know I thought about that clip where CP hit that 3 in the finals, or was it the finals? No, it was when he was with the Clippers, I think, and they played Dallas, and Luke had went crazy. They beat them by like 50, and CP came down to hit a 3. Said CP with the 3 cut his lead down to 47.
y'all pray for Carolina's women, please. Like, I hope they give them a run. I hope they beat them, but
they were winning 65-12 at halftime. Yes,
I know. I saw it on my phone. I was like, that's got to be a typo. Somebody ESPN is wrong. Like, I don't know what they're doing, but that's
what's the girl AZ Fudd? She had 26 at halftime. She outscored the other team by herself. And
AZ Fudd is a dog. Sarah Strong is a dog. Like and then like. Coach,
and that's a Carolina girl.
Man, Sarah Strong's supposed to come to Carolina. Man, I remember when going to a game one time, to a women's basketball game, and they were recruiting Sarah Strong, and she was there, and they had all these Sarah Strong posters and stuff, and was just trying to get her to come in. Like, that would have been a game changer if she would have landed in Carolina, dog.
My bad. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna hit these really quick and then get that because I just realized we just went past an hour like doing this, and we didn't really plan the show. Grayson said Caleb also had great personality around Carolina, was a good look for future recruits. I think Maximo and Dylan decided to come here because Caleb Wilson and what he was saying throughout the year about how great Carolina was. He didn't leave, and he's going to be the first top 5 pick that Hubert or Roy has had. And who's the last one? Marvin Williams.
Marvin Williams.
That was 2005.
What was Kobe? 7? Kobe was 7, or what was he? 10? He was 7.
I think he was top. No, I don't think Kobe was top 10. I think he was like 12 or something like that, 13. And Cam Johnson was like right behind him, like late teens. But
he was 14. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Harrison Barnes was like top 10, like 7.
He was 7. Yeah.
But we haven't had a top 5 pick in forever. We ain't had a top 3 picks since.
No, Kobe was 7. Kobe was 7.
Was he? Okay. But we've had a
Oh,
couple top 10s, but we haven't had a top 5. And Caleb looks like he's going to be a top 5 pick. JP Mundy in the house says, UNC's new AD is from NASCAR Motorsports. Oof. Derek says,
JP Mundy.
Yeah, he comes from the NASCAR world.
What is he going to drive to the museum?
Maybe
if he does, he's going to drive fast.
Jesus Christ.
Stop putting it on Caleb. That's weak. We're not putting it on Caleb at all.
Put what on Caleb?
If you lose if you took Cam Boozer off of Duke, how far do you think Duke goes?
They'd be pathetic. They'd be mediocre. They'd be a decent basketball team.
He had so many warts for that team. It's ridiculous.
They got mad at me on Twitter because I said that there's no way I'm going to let somebody be the national player of the year that can't dunk the damn ball. And there's no way I'm going to pick somebody top 5 that can't dunk. Do y'all realize we have not seen this man dunk all season?
That's nuts. He's 6'9".
This man has not dunked a basketball all season, and he's the national player of the year.
All groundwork, dog, footwork. He's just on the ground, like just putting that shoulder down.
That's not gonna get beat like a bad kid all his whole NBA career. I'm talking about like swatted.
If we get a young, Maurice Van says, we get a young coach, he does well, he'll be approached by the NBA. And if he's not part of the family, there will be no loyalty to stay like Roy or Dean.
Agreed.
You nailed it. Spot on. Hey, Carlos Huff says we had good season. Even though we had multiple injuries, we still made it to the tournament. But for these fans to say fire that man that got us there is crazy work. He averaged 25 wins a year. He won 125 games in 5 years.
That's why I said if you put his resume elsewhere, it meets the standard. But just because it's UNC, it doesn't. And
here's the problem right there. That Kansas job is going to come open too, because I do think it hasn't been confirmed yet, as far as I know, but it's rumored, just like this Hubert thing has been for the past couple of days. I think some of Bill Self's comments this year too about Darren Peterson made me start to think, oh, he's getting sick of this. He's tired of this. He's about to go.
NIL
I think,
he's like, I'm done with this.
I think Darren Peterson stressed him out a lot.
Yeah, more than he realized until that stuff started slipping out in press conferences.
I think
he had his Roy Williams year where it was just like, I just can't really.
He's coached at Kansas for like 20-something years. Like, if he had to retire, I wouldn't blame him. Like, especially in this world.
Isn't Jock Vaughn still on there coaching staff?
No? Maybe he might be on there.
But if you got right now, if you're a coach and you get offered the Carolina job or the Kansas job, which one you taking?
Kansas,
probably.
Kansas.
It's nowhere near as toxic. It's just as big a brand.
To say, the fan base messes everything up.
I'm telling you, dog.
Whoever you bring in, they're going to get criticized. The moment you bring them in, they don't even have to do anything.
You think that's what pushed Carolina to finally go ahead and do this? Because they were starting to see rumors that Bill Self was going to retire, and they knew that if they did it late, they'd be behind the ball with Kansas trying to battle for a coach. So they wanted to get ahead of it, and that's why they did it like this.
No.
I
think it's horrible to fire your coach when you heard Kansas coach is about to retire, because that means it's going to be a battle between who's going to come to Kansas or Carolina. Yeah. If you had waited until next year and something like this was to happen, the decision probably would have happened quicker.
That's true. Donovan isn't coming in. I don't think Donovan's coming. I think Donovan's done with.
We don't need any old coach. I'm sorry. Like we don't need new. We don't.
Paul, Arizona isn't better than Carolina. How many championships has Arizona won? I'll wait. I think they won one.
Who said Arizona was better?
Yeah, I don't know who thinks Arizona's better. But the coach at Arizona, Lloyd isn't leaving Zona. He's always said he's a West Coast guy, and Zona's a better job than North Carolina. That's where she was getting that from. I don't think Arizona's a better job than Carolina. Arizona's not even considered a blue blood, really. I keep seeing this pop up too. They need to hire Marcus Page and hire some dogs in the staff. How is Marcus Page different than Hubert Davis?
Less experience.
We don't need any nice guys, and I'm just gonna put that in there. We don't need any nice guys
I think Marcus Page has a currency, meaning current relationships with players. I think he got a swag. I think he does have a leadership capability that former players like. That could do well at Carolina. I do, just not right now. Like the next hire, if we're not going to get somebody who was as experienced as HD, and by experienced, I don't mean head coaching experience, but I mean being the number 2 guy on a bench that's winning national championships and right there in that space. Like that hasn't been Marcus Page. Marcus Page will have to go somewhere and do it the Wes Miller route, go somewhere and get some wins and then prove him. And like after this next hire, bring Marcus Page home. I don't see them hiring Marcus Page right now. Right now, we got to knock this out the park, man.
Yeah. This is actually my cousin right here, Curtis Bigelow, Dr. Curtis Bigelow. Sorry, cuz.
Okay, Dr. Bigelow.
Love the show, cuz. Keep going. How many future NBA players did Hubert recruit? The games are won in the offseason. He actually recruited a few. We just forget them because they were here so short. Like we mentioned Day'Ron Sharp earlier, and people are forgetting he was the main recruiter for Roy. So some of the guys that Justin Jackson, Joe Barry played in the NBA.
Who just left last year?
Drake Powell. Drake Powell got drafted in the first round last year. Nobody saw that coming.
Nobody.
Who else? Cole Anthony got drafted in the first round.
Armando,
RJ, and Caleb are playing in the NBA right now, if I'm not mistaken. And if you go back further to other teams,
Caleb
was playing for Portland, but recently they just put him back. He two-way, so they've been putting him back on the G League.
Yeah, they put him back on the G League
because
came back.
Michigan has admissions issues, and Dusty once said UNC would be a dream job. Michigan's not going to let UNC go, dog. Like Michigan got money to keep him. Like I think he just extended too. So, how many championships has Carolina won in the last 10 years? One.
Yeah,
that's more than every other blue blood other than Kansas. Jabby.
Exactly.
3, 4, 8. Like
since you got so many questions.
I mean, UConn's
the answer that for you, my friend.
Google's your friend, buddy. Like they've won one. That's more than everybody else except for Kansas and UConn. UConn's the only one that's won multiple, which is why Dan Hurley's not going to come here. I'm glad I haven't seen that name today. Wes Miller for my cousin again. He just signed with Charlotte.
Yeah,
Charlotte. I mean, he could get out of it, I assume, but would they do that? Would Carolina go and throw money at Wes Miller to break a contract at Charlotte to come coach at Chapel Hill? Is that the answer? What, Wes Miller?
I wouldn't, because he hadn't been to an NCAA tournament in 5 years. So
right, in Cincinnati. Yeah, and he was in the Big 12. Cincinnati's in the Big 12, right? Yeah,
I wouldn't. He has to go somewhere now and coach and make a couple tournaments, and then maybe. Like, it's just how it is.
Yeah. Duke and UNC both haven't won a title for 8 to 10 years. Carolina last won in 2017, so that would be 9 years ago, sir. Duke has not won
between 8 and 10, actually.
And I get so angry because we was 1/2 away from having 2 of them hoes in the last 10 years. But of course, we had the biggest debacle in national championship.
You guys are too close to the situation, and your judgment is clouded. HD beat Coach K. That was his peak. I mean,
what?
If that is the case, I'll stand with that. I don't mind having a clouded judgment.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't care.
Right.
Like, what do you mean?
Our fan base has a clouded judgment by thinking that the VCU, the VCU loss was a fireable offense, or the complete totality of his career was a fireable offense. I think that is just as ridiculous as you feel our takes are, personally.
Or thinking y'all can make decisions on a keyboard.
Let me.
You can't.
Daryl in here throwing money like we in the strip club. Let me go.
Wait a minute, Daryl. Every time his name come up and it's a color over here, that's a different $10 he donating, or is
I'm not sure actually, or if it's the same 10 over and over.
I thought it was just they have him highlighted because he donated $10 that time. He can't.
It's like a different one each time through. I'm so glad the change was made before my deployment. We need a change, gentlemen. We need a big name coach who can recruit. HD can coach a talented team, but he can't compete with Duke.
That's why he putting that 10 and they got that military money.
Yeah.
And I'll read all his comments. I don't give a damn what he say. Read all.
Yeah, I don't even read all. To your point, HD can't recruit constantly. Get out of your feelings. Daryl, did you not hear what we said? Hubert's been the main recruiter for Carolina for the past 15 years, like under Roy and himself. Like, what do you mean he can't recruit? He's been bringing 5. He averaged 2 5-stars the 5 years he was here as head coach. He was bringing at least 2 5-stars every year. They didn't stay for various reasons, but he was bringing them in, no problem. Gentlemen, I'm Carolina born, raised. I understand your feelings for HD, and for that, your judgment is emotionally based. Today it is, and we preface that when we came in. It was going to be emotionally based today. It ain't going to be for the rest of the season or however long we're on this year. So glad you 3 are former players and not the decision makers. I didn't have
how much you listen, buddy, because
I'm not a former player.
Yeah, I think Daryl, I don't know if Daryl's new. I haven't seen his name in here for a while. Mr. Commentator. I appreciate you calling me Mr. Commentator, although it kind of sounds like a slight. Roy Williams won his first national title at Matt Daugherty Recruits. He also won with this guy named Marvin Williams that he recruited that came in that kind of pushed him over the edge. And
Rashad McCants or something like that too, right?
Yeah. Well, he can't. Well, that was a Daugherty recruit, but still.
Who else was there?
Yes, Duke is the only ACC team left in the tournament. That's why HD is gone. That's not why he's gone.
That's not why.
I just want to motor through those comments that he threw on there.
He's just one of the fans that's paying just say stuff to think he makes sense.
What?
Pushing himself.
Pay on, brother. Pay on. We'll read all of them.
It's like Carolyn's when you want to pay to get
$10 for a stupid comment. That's cool.
He just paid for the quick pass, basically, in the comment section. Like,
there are no stupid comments. Just stupid people that say stuff.
Vince Carolina said, I thought it said Vince Carter for a second. That is not Vince Carter in the in the avatar at all. That's the problem. They didn't fire Davis because of his record. They fired him because Duke is doing better. Duke got a marketing agency 3 years for Carolina. That's how they got Cooper Flagg, $28 million for his 1 year. Carolina didn't have the sponsors. Makes a difference in recruiting. He is 100% correct in terms of
100%.
Wait.
We can get some 5-stars, but
is he 100% correct about that $28 million? Flagg got $28 million at Duke?
He signed a New Balance deal.
Yeah, he signed a New Balance deal.
As a freshman.
Caleb's probably getting a whole lot more than we think too.
Exactly. Caleb got a New Balance deal too. That's kind of probably how they got it figured out for him to get there. It's just one of them things, man. Roy should have done a coach in waiting like Kay did with Shire. Biggest mess up ever. He did. The coach in waiting was Hubert. He sat beside the man for 9 years.
People, that's what I'm saying. They talk because it's free. They just
I'm gonna tell you why we mess.
It's free, bro. Like what?
We go through this whole pod.
Not the Kawhi laugh.
It just feels like you wasted an hour of my life, because we've talked about Hubert being the coach in waiting under Roy, i.e. Shire to K. So for somebody to come in, this is their first time watching us. They came in late on the show, but it's very frustrating.
Pay attention. Pay attention, y'all.
Like that. You get taught that in school. Pay attention.
Pay attention,
We're about to start only reading comments that pay. Y'all keep acting like this.
That's crazy. Wilson would not have made that team a Final Four caliber team. We don't know.
We don't know.
We'll never know. I love how y'all hang your hats on only natties when both programs have been in existence for over 100 years. There's 11 national championships between them both. So I guess the rest of all the years were just failures. No, they weren't failures, but we're sitting here like, who's hanging their hats on only natties? Like, what are we?
Even if we did, we still have more.
Yeah, what show are you watching? Like, I'm trying to figure this out. UNC's not hiring a fired coach. We're already a joke in the national media narrative.
Who are they talking about?
I don't know.
I think they're talking about Jerry Stackhouse.
Oh, they're scared of Stackhouse. They'll make everyone accountable.
Exactly.
Hubert Davis, to me, didn't recruit tough players. He had $14 million in NIL money, and look what he brought. That's another thing, too. That $14 million keeps getting thrown around. We don't know exactly how much Carolina spent. I don't think they ever released it. We have an idea of how much certain players got, but we don't know the total. And I will say tough players, that's not true, because the first players I think of that he brought in from the portal are Hairston, Ingram, and Cormac Ryan. And I don't think them being soft at all. Like, that's not the word I would use to describe them. Vassar, too. Like,
both in the NBA right
Brady Manick wasn't soft.
Brady Manick wasn't soft. Like, for every miss he had a hit. And I don't know anyone that's just completely hit every time in the portal. He had to rely on the portal a lot because he kept losing guys like out. And for that, I don't know. I don't know why Ian Jackson and Elliot Cadeau and others left. I have an idea. But I don't think it was huge.
Then you got guys like Pete Nance, DeMarco Dunn, Garcia, so when you miss,
man,
you dig what I'm saying?
Like, be so good,
some of those misses were like, damn, like again, one of the biggest flaws, like even being upset by VCU was heavy. Set a record, I get it. Losing the national championship was heavy. But having a preseason number one team and you bring back 4 of your 5 starters from the national championship team and you don't even make the tournament.
That was
I think that was the biggest one. I think that was the biggest one, dog.
Yeah. He just needed to make the tournament. And that
was the biggest one, dog. Like to have that blemish. People come back all the time. A game, like PJ will tell you, like basketball is a game of momentum. So teams can get on a run and then you get on the run and you just can't stop it and just things happen. But so they're gonna go a whole season where you couldn't make the tournament with 4 of your returning 5
Go
players.
back to that comment, Des.
Which one?
The one that said the Carolina family would be upset if they hired outside the family. No, they wouldn't, because I feel like this new AD coming in don't care.
Yeah, outside the family himself. Like,
right. He don't care.
So I mean, right now. we're just trying to figure this out, and we knew this was going to be like this. Shout out to Juice Jones. It's one of my guys too. Supposedly,
my boy Juice Jizzon.
Supposedly Hubert didn't really want the head coach spot, but took it not to disappoint Roy. I heard that on the Bomani show. Yes, that is true. He didn't interview for it. He didn't campaign for it. It was given to him. So we got some people in there. I'm telling you, man, I want to push for Jerry Stackhouse. At least get consideration. Get an interview. Something. He's got head coaching experience. He'd have NIL money and actually backing behind him. The Carolina family would be behind it. Go put people on the staff. I don't think recruiting would fall off. I think recruiting would get, if not the same, maybe better.
Because remember, like I said, imagine you with your dad at Peaks Jam and Jerry Stackhouse walking the gym, coming to recruit your kid. Like, those are dope moments for like kids that really in this generation, because they don't be remembering who these players are like in the late 90s.
Yep. Yeah. Because I think someone wasn't even born yet.
Right. So it's people out here that, like, I swear I walked into a gym one day and this kid was like, I had been done playing, but I was playing in like the Drew League here in Greensboro. And he was just like, when I was like, you don't know who that is? He's like, yeah, he played in the league. And the whole time he's saying the league, he's talking about the league in Greensboro. He's not talking about NBA. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's how I know. It was like the Drew League, the one in Greensboro, bro. Like, I said, oh yeah, that's how I know.
I thought you meant the Swarm, boy.
No, I'm like, yeah, that's how I know I'm old. Like, I'm just like this That's what I'm saying. We got to get somebody that's hit to this generation, man.
Nick Styles 336, and we're gonna stop it here in a little bit. Stephen A. Smith said this morning he thought Duke's success since Coach K retired played a part in HD getting fired. I don't know if y'all talked about it, but what do you think about this take? Maybe a little bit. I don't think it was like the end of old Dukes and all this. We got to find somebody else. I don't think they're just chasing Duke. I think they're chasing the ghost of Carolina. Like, I don't think they fired Hubert because of the success that Shire's having. Like, I think they did it because they want to get back to the success that we're accustomed to having. We're the measuring stick. Like, Duke's not normally the measuring stick. Usually it's us, but the past 20 years it's kind of shifted to Duke. So I can kind of see that a little bit. But hey, Stackhouse getting some love in here. Stackhouse starting in some love. So I'm
Stackhouse
saying
ain't got a chance, guys. Like, let's just
probably not. Stackhouse for head coach is going to be a show.
Stack ain't got a snowball because I would like to see like Stackhouse, Ed Coder, Touche, and
Rasheed Wallace,
or Vince or David Noel is coaching for the Swarm. Like somebody with some.
Actually,
that might be a name.
That might be the one. Actually, David Noel,
and he's right here in Greensboro.
That's interesting.
He's in Greensboro.
I didn't even think about him. Yeah,
bring Jack Emanuel back home. Like I don't know, but like to think that they're gonna fire one black man and hire FOMO, y'all have lost y'all's damn.
That's not gonna happen.
That will never happen. Wishful thinking.
Oh my God, what happened to the sliding on the floor during warm-ups? That ended during Hubert, didn't it? That was I think last time I remember seeing that was 2017. Like,
definitely don't remember seeing that.
Yes, I definitely wanted this. A lot of shout outs in here for Hoots. Make sure you keep Hoots. He connects the past to the present.
As a head coach, though,
no, hell no.
Just keep him in the building.
Recruiting with Hoots.
Yeah. Thank you, Michael Daniels. Dean Smith was not in the family, but he started one. There's no one in the family that can coach at the elite level, spend the money, and get a great coach. David is a great person. I believe he's talking about David Noel. I can't believe you support Davis. This was not Carolina basketball.
These are the ones I don't like. These
I don't know what
these are the ones.
Staff. Messy and disrespectful is correct. So yeah, I mean, more and more are coming in.
Make sure that more money ones you ain't read, man.
I haven't. Oh wait, there's another one
money over there one time.
Happening over here with this stuff.
Desmond
Stackhouse and Rasheed as assistant coach and Cat Nasty. Actually, I can't even read that comment. Cold day in hell before we see another man of color at the helm at Chapel Hill.
Facts. Facts. Hey, give her $5 back. I'm sorry she had to pay to say that because that's a fact.
We've been saying it. Look, it ain't gonna happen again anytime soon. So I hope y'all realize what just happened. Like this
is the only podcast you will hear anybody talk about.
No one else is gonna touch that.
My concern is how is the summers gonna look now? But during the summer, there's a certain way they go about stuff. During the summer, that's when the pros come back and play pickup.
The pro-ams and stuff, yeah.
Like it's a certain time for pickup. Like the camps. I'm pretty sure Roy's gonna still do his camps, but it's just like.
But the highlight of the camp, I've been fortunate enough.
The alumni game,
like the alumni game, the blue-white joint, like.
And who's gonna come back if nobody's there?
Bro,
or if they don't even know the coach.
I wouldn't be surprised if Roy just pulls away and just ain't out there no more. Like, he doesn't say nothing good or bad about Carolina. He just steps into the bushes.
Goes home, play golf.
Because the way this happened with Hubert, because he picked him. Like,
let me ask y'all this real quick. This just with you saying that, P. Do you think there's an audience that will be offended in the way this was handled, in regards to firing HD and don't want to come home during the summer now? Like, do you think there are players that, because I've been like, I saw
probably the ones that he recruited for sure. Like, because I know Kobe comes back in the summer and plays.
I asked Kobe about it last night in the post game. The Hornets, meanwhile, they beat the brakes off of whoever that was last night.
But I feel like I know. I mean, nobody would care, but I know I ain't going up there. I'm not. I'm not.
But even with Caleb Wilson saying thank you for everything, coach, the best coach I ever had type joint, right? And then you got, I wonder, is there an audience? And for example, like to your point, they probably won't care, but Elijah Davis ain't going back to play pickup. You dig what I'm saying? And I wonder, are there any other players that feel that indebted to Coach Davis that they be like, man, they did him dirty. I'm not going back.
I'm sure. I'm sure it is, and you'll see it in the summertime because at the same time you got to hire managers. You got to do all of this. People that nobody is going to know who this next coach is. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure if it's a name, people know. Yeah, but I'm talking about as a person because he's not in the Carolina family.
Yep.
Because when Hubert came, everybody already knew he was this great person. He was probably one of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Yep.
When Roy got the job, they knew he was this great person. He was one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, but he's going to try to win championships. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like this next coach that comes in, if he's outside the family, everybody's going to have to get to know this dude first.
This is right. Mark Gattaca 12 says Dean Smith was head coach for 36 years, won 2 titles. First one was 25 years into his career. He would have been fired in today's environment.
Absolutely.
Easily.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, shout out to everybody that came through today. Josh Miller, this is one of the best podcasts, Speak Real Facts.
Appreciate that, Josh. I agree.
Man,
You're a very smart man. We should send you some money.
Yes, sir.
Right, yeah.
Oh, wow. Can I show this one?
This is Wood at Daht. LOL. You already know my sentiment.
Oh, my boy Wood. Oh, I know Wood. Big Tar Heel. Yeah. That's my guy.
Oh, he's on YouTube, so he must have a different handle or something. What comment are you looking at, PJ?
I'm about to show you. This is what I be talking about, man.
I don't think you can control that.
Okay, it just says would they allow Elijah Davis in a pickup game? Like, bro,
would they allow him in the pickup game?
Oh,
if you put on a Carolina jersey and walk to the locker room door, they're gonna let you in.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Elijah Davis,
except you for Rashad McCants.
I don't know, man.
No, yeah,
I'm telling y'all, man. Like, it's some petty people over there, Carolina. You know this, P. Like, and damn, if Elijah Davis walk his ass down there this summer after putting a picture up with him taking Carolina off his, there are some people that.
Maybe, but
I'm not touching that.
Then again, I would.
I'm not touching that. I don't know.
Then again, I wouldn't care if I was him. Wouldn't care.
Now that's the thing. I don't think he gives a damn.
Shout out to Doug Beamer Renato out in Greensboro. Great job, guys. We needed this. We figured that's what we kind of decided to go. Because I woke up this morning like, I don't know if I want to do this today. And then I was like, yeah, no, let's go and get it in. And I figured the fans probably needed a place to vent the realest Carolina pod business. Yo, guys, if y'all like this pod, rate it, subscribe, share it online. The episode we did yesterday, people were coming in. And I saw a lot of comments of, I just found this pod today. Went back and watched some other ones, keep up the work, blah, blah, blah. We're going to tell y'all how we feel coming into it. And we come from different viewpoints. Like, Daht worked for the Carolina program. PJ played for them. I'm your ultimate super fan. Like, we're going to come at you with different, and we're going to be emotional at times. We're going to say things that we probably don't mean the following week, but we're going to say some things also that we do mean that we're going to say it.
I'm about to say, I mean everything I said. Every word.
Nah, for real, man. We appreciate y'all. And like we watching the views, like we be all excited, like, oh, this one got the most views of any podcast. Yeah. So please, man, share, man. Like, we do feel like we offer something that your typical Carolina podcast does not deliver at all. I don't think there's any podcast out where you're going to see, first of all, just 3 black faces on that joint. And, you know, like, that means something. You know what I'm saying? To whom it may concern, that means something. So we're going to always be as authentically ourselves as possible. So we appreciate the Carolina family that understands that, appreciates that, and just like us, believe in Heels Hoops.
I feel bad, too, as we end this because Bleav in Panthers really started to take off when we sucked. Like, when we had that roll era and everybody wanted to complain and we were losing every week, we was getting dragged. And like it started to take off then because people just didn't have a place to go, like to really like vent about it. And then it started to get better and the people were there, they stayed and it started to grow. So that's kind of where that is. Someone asked Hubert to come coach at Winston-Salem State.
Hey, man, go ahead with that bullshit.
Yo, State.
We are definitely in need of a head coach. We are definitely listening now.
That story.
That
would be so turned for us.
That would be crazy. Like, I would actually.
Yeah, that would be dope.
That was the thing I didn't know in his comment when he put out his thing, because you said it best, Daht. He's not on social media. Like, Hubert's never on social for anything. So when he put it out, I was like, dang, he hurt. But he put on there that he's on coach again. him putting it in, I plan to coach again very soon. I'm like, oh, okay.
Somebody said something. I don't know if it's true or not. Somebody said something about South Florida where he might go.
South
Florida's coaching job is open. So
that's Big 12.
What if HD gets a job before we make a hire?
You know what? The way this has gone down, it would not shock me at all.
Surprised, bro.
Nah. We're in week 3 of the Carolina coaching search, and we're down to high school coach in Greensboro and blah, blah, blah.
I would love that for him.
And if I'm him, I will post it on Instagram with the logo and a bunch of laughing faces.
Listen, man, HD to Winston-Salem State, man, I might push that narrative. I like that. Whoever said that, man, big shout to you.
That's a winner.
Hey, that'll be lit now.
It didn't sound, when I thought about it, I'm like,
I know, it's so like that could actually happen. That might be able to work. I don't know. And you know, he ain't gonna ask for a whole lot of money. Like he could probably still live where he lives and coach. He could live where he lives right now and just
be a Ram too. Oh, bro, a Ram. Big shout to my Ramily out there, man. HD from Winston though. Like his parents went to Johnson C. Smith. Like he got HBCU ties. Like
I'm talking into existence. Talking into existence.
Serious now. Like listen.
Clip that. Clip that because that Hubert Davis, head coach, Winston-Salem State. Clip that because I said we weren't gonna talk about it no more, but we will push that narrative. Like if I can get Hubert Davis and Winston coaching the Rams,
my gosh.
Can you imagine us doing a coaching show for Hubert Davis at Winston-Salem State?
Can you imagine the talent that Winston-Salem State is gonna have?
If anyone is listening that knows Hubert Davis, that lives next door, or has his phone number, whatever. Tell them you saw this podcast this morning where they were feeling really bad about what happened to you, but they had a solution. Call Winston-Salem State. Be like, I want to coach the Rams.
Or any of my WSSU Ramily. Pass this message to our admin, our AD, our Chancellor, Benita Brown, and make him tell us no. Listen, we heard about what happened over there. We would like to welcome you from the Carolina family to the Ramily. Listen, over here, you can take us back to national championship endeavors like Earl the Pearl had us back in the 60s. You can restore our standard here at Winston-Salem State University, HD. And you can restore your own standard. You can prove that you are a winning coach. You can prove that you are a part of the Black community. Come home to Winston-Salem, Hubert Davis.
What if the whole time at the end of that post, that's who he's talking about? What if it just goes. Because
like the whole time Carolina's been twiddling their fingers. What do you think Hubert's been doing for the past 5 days? Because I've had jobs where I knew I was getting let go before they let me go. Like I knew already. Like
he saw the writing on the wall and the writing in the social media streets.
And he also knows what coaching jobs are open. I'm pretty sure,
especially in the state.
Oh. That
CP3 at GM,
talking into existence. That's too good.
Look at that now. CP3 as the general manager, and he can still do that living in LA. Yep. And then you got HD as the head coach. Winston-Salem State is up. Tiana Terry just got us our women's
and they sponsored by Jordan.
It's up.
Come on, man.
And they sponsored by Jordan because CP is Jordan, man.
Come on, man.
It's up.
Wow, like this,
and we will be proud to have him at our HBCU.
Eric Midget says stop.
Damn, man, let me dream, man. Damn.
Hey, listen, you can't say it won't ever happen now. Like,
never know. Hey. They know this is who they want. We don't know who they
might
want.
Need to change the scenery.
We don't know who they want. Like that's all hearsay and all media talk. We ain't heard a lick from Carolina in terms of who the number 1 prospect is or anything other than the fact they asked Brad Stevens and like. We knew he was going to say no. They were just like, yeah, we just checking.
He said no quick, too.
That's embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
He said
it was embarrassing.
That was embarrassing.
I do not want to go to Chapel Hill. I'm happy where
I love my job. I'm staying where I'm at, basically what he said.
And we'll enter right here, the football show with no name. It makes too much sense in terms of Hubert coming to you with some stuff. Okay, so we got some homework. We're going to push Jerry Stackhouse to get an interview for this. We're going to push Winston-Salem State to go get Hubert Davis and hire him as the next coach of the Winston-Salem State Rams. And Chris Paul is already involved in Winston-Salem State, graduated from Winston-Salem State. Bring him in as your GM.
And I would like to at least poke Lavelle Moten getting at least a phone call as well if we're going to hire outside the family.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's why UNC played Winston-Salem State this year.
it was already written.
Oh wow!
Oh no! I was just trying to. It sounds too good. It sounds too perfect.
Somebody said hire JB Bickerstaff.
JB Bickerstaff
From Carolina?
No, he's the head coach for the Detroit Pistons now, and I don't think he'll leave if they're
why is he
in the
leaving?
East.
They're number one seed in the East. Like, he's been waiting for this moment his whole life.
See, folks just be throwing names out there. That's my point, man. Folks just talking because they got thumbs, man.
It's all connected like a Marvel movie. Like
it is, man. It is.
And then I'm in on some PJ to the Tar Heel staff. We're gonna push that narrative too. Bring PJ home. Put PJ on the staff for next year.
You'd have a better chance of a snowball staying solid in a microwave than PJ ever getting close to a coaching staff at Carolina.
One can dream. One can dream. So we're gonna end it right here. This is a supersized edition. We was only planning on going like 34.
I clean the floor.
We went double that. So shout out to everybody that jumped through. Shout out to Bleav. Shout out to Fanduel. You can still I'm pretty sure by now on Fanduel, you can place bets on who the next Carolina coach will be.
Yes.
So you can go there right now, sportsbook.fanduel.com, and actually place those bets there. We got homework, y'all. Like, if y'all truly love this show, you love what you heard, flood the social media. We're going to test this theory. Flood the social media. Jerry Stackhouse gets an interview for Carolina. Hubert Davis should be the next head coach at Winston-Salem State. He already kind of – Hubert, you know what? And Hubert don't – like, if he says something, it's probably something he already knows about to happen. Him saying that I plan on coaching again real soon, that kind of told me, okay, he's got an idea of what he wants to do or where he wants to go. Winston State spot's open, right? He can get
open.
He can report next week.
Winston native.
If that happens, we're getting Hubert Davis on the show.
Absolutely.
That will happen.
And it'll be me and HD teaming back up again, man. What's happening, my guy?
Oh man,
and I'll be at a lot of Winston-Salem State games.
I'm about to say games would be so lit. No, oh my God.
All right, so we're gonna end it right here. Thanks for everybody that came through to watch this. If anything pops up, we might pop back in for something if Carolina moves quick. I don't think they will, so we probably won't see y'all till next week. This whole time this has been going on, there's a Sweet 16 about to start happening tomorrow. We ain't talked about the tournament at all, and I don't care. I don't care one bit. I'm good. So you can watch my show or whatever on Tobacco Road to get caught up on that on Friday. But for PJ, for B-Dot, this is Des. You've been watching and listening to the Bleav in Hills Hoops podcast on Bleav Podcast Networks, powered by Fanduel. We'll see you guys probably early next week.
We believe the truth. This is Tar Heel Nation, Carolina through and through. Hoops, yeah, we talk that blue. We believe in Hills hoops. How about you? PJ with that jumper, still the truth. B-Dot, he the 6 man coming through. Desmond been the voice, and that's the root.